Is there a new Fallout game coming out?
Yeah. Fallout 76.
Oh,
Hey, do you like Rust?
I like Rust.
You're gonna like Fallout 76.
Do you
Is it
like
about Rust?
Do you like the Elder Scrolls Online? Because that's what they're doing with Fallout.
Are they?
I think that's what they're doing. Because
It's an online survival game like Rust or Ark Survival
or Minecraft
or Minecraft.
or Fortnite. Because why the fuck not? Everything's Fortnite now.
You see, like, someone pointed this out to me. It makes a lot of sense. A big game like Fallout, like with hundreds of people working on it, takes several years to make. So they're cashing in on a trend that was popular 2 to 3 years ago when they probably started. And if they started now, then like in 2021 or whatever, we'd get like a Fallout Battle Royale game and everything. So,
Well, I'm hoping that because they just released the trailer for the Vault 76 thing, that means they probably have something else up their sleeve for E3.
I mean,
I'm banking on that new space version of Skyrim.
they said that they were gonna...
There's rumors of they've been working on something called Project Star something. That's like the project of the new game they're working on, and they were just like, shit. They're probably making like a new Bethesda game, but instead of set in like Skyrim setting or Fallout setting, it's going to be a space setting. So they're just like, it's Space Rim.
I just want to, like, I'm fine with that. Like, usually, like, Bethesda games, like, I like them, but, like, I get bored with them pretty quickly. But
They
if
get bored
it's
with you.
I mean, yeah. If it's a space opera setting, then it'll probably be my favorite of the whole group of Bethesda RPGs, because I want that shit. I want it. I want to be Flash Gordon, or in the very least, Duck Dodgers.
In the 21st century?
In the 24th and a half century.
That was it.
Get your fucking shit right.
I can't.
Flash.
Come on, we got to do 20 seconds of silence. We can't do 20 seconds of silence if you guys are singing the Flash Gordon theme song.
All right.
Flash.
Damn it, you got me too.
Universe.
Could you stop? That Bohemian Rhapsody movie about Freddie Mercury, it's gonna be bad for two reasons. One, it's a musician biopic post Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, and you don't make those anymore. And two, they're taking out all of the stuff about AIDS and the AIDS crisis. So
that's kind of a big deal with his life.
that is a big deal with his life, considering it's what ended his life. Yeah.
Can you prove that? I didn't think so. Next question.
I can prove it.
Bicycle, la la la. We're going back to the bicycle race, Brooks. Don't forget about AIDS. Yeah. Well,
Bicycle race is about AIDS.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know. Hang on. Hi, I'm Brooks Vernon. I'm the co-creator and co-host of this show that you're listening to, Friends by Default.
Well, we're all friends here, even if we think Bicycle Race is about AIDS.
Look, in a way, all of his music was about AIDS. So,
you want to back up that claim with some hard-hitting facts?
yes, a lot of it was about, he took inspiration from his own life and his own experiences, and his own life and his own experience is all led up to him dying as in the AIDS crisis. So, in a way,
so
it is.
You say black, I say white. You say wrong, I say right. And then you say Bicycle Race is about AIDS, and I say you're fucking wrong. There we go. Did you like my reference? Bicycle.
This is... Oh, man.
And I'm Zach. I wanted to get the introduction out of the way.
And I'm Liam, and I'm the co-host, co-creator, and sound engineer, and sick boy.
Did you chug NyQuil?
No? Why would I do that? That's terrible for you.
Why not DayQuil?
That's still really bad for you.
It gets rid of the cold.
No.
What about DayQuil and NyQuil mixed together into the
Dust
purest
quill.
quill?
That's what I did. I drank Dust Quill.
Dust Quill. Not Dust Quill. If you drink the Dust Quill, then you...
It all depends on which one you pour in first. Like, if you pour in the NyQuil and then the Dayquil, then it's called Dawnquil.
Oh.
Oh, that's better than Twilight Quill.
And then you drink all of it.
Twiquill?
You drink all of it, and then you become Dawnquil of the dead. Man, we are not bringing our A game to this.
We aren't.
Well, okay, here's a bit of backstory. Some of you may be wondering why we went from episode 12, then a bit of a hiatus, and then episode 14, this one you're listening to right now. The reason behind that is we did record an episode 13, but we got a bit of bad luck with that, and we kind of lost it. And then we didn't lose it, and then it was in several hundred little second chunks and everything, and it's just a whole mess. So maybe one day that episode will come out, maybe not. We had some good bits in there. We tried out a new like improv thing. It was fun. We answered some good questions. Yaskovich was here. It was really nice. It was like a big old comeback episode.
And then it died.
And then it died. And then it went into a horrible, painful coma and leaving me, its only loved one, like here to try to pick up the pieces.
There's a lot of pieces to Yaskovich.
There's a lot of pieces to Yaskovich.
I don't know what piece is what. Like it's like if I could compare every person to like a jigsaw puzzle, Yaskovich would just be a bunch of random various jigsaw puzzles that were thrown into a box, like all the extra bits, and you're looking at it like, well, this picture of a duck doesn't link up with this picture of Godzilla at all. Where'd this sky piece come from? This is a cartoon sky. I need a realistic looking. I'll just cram all the pieces together.
Zach, I really appreciate that you know Yaskovich well enough to be able to just nail all of his major interests, those being Godzilla, duck, and cartoon sky.
Yeah. I wish I knew him better. But I know Godzilla. That's one.
It's one.
Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan's one.
Dylan's definitely one. Anything Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Literally to the point where, I have not had one interaction with him where he did not at some point make a Jurassic Park reference.
I've had. I think that's because I don't know anything about Jurassic Park.
So
maybe he has said...
It just goes over your head when he's, referencing, raptors opening doors. You're just like, ha-ha!
I'm like, oh, they can do that? Neat. I guess. Do we have scientific evidence behind that? And he goes, yeah, I watched a documentary on it. It's called Jurassic Park.
When he says he spared no expense on the cheese platter he brings to the housewarming party, you just think that he's being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I get it. I've seen the movie. I've seen it.
Isn't there a new one coming out?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks very bad.
I mean, I think I understand the plot of this one more just from the trailer. It's like, government guys are like, yeah, we're going to turn dinosaurs into weapons. So, we need you to get back on Dinosaur Island and, bring those dinosaurs here. And I'm like, I thought you already had, the means to make dinosaurs. Why do you need to go back to Dinosaur Island? But all right.
It's it's doubling down on one of the dumbest aspects of Jurassic World, of which there are many, many dumb aspects, which is the idea that if you strap a gun to a velociraptor, that's some kind of ultimate weapon.
That's like strapping a gun to a shark.
Yeah. It's like strapping a gun to a bear or something and sending it to the Middle East.
I don't know. I mean,
do we not do that already?
No.
Are you sure?
I wouldn't.
Yes,
no.
I'm
I think that's
sure.
not practical. What you would do is strap a gun to a bear and send it to Russia. Because I'm thinking of just...
Then it'll just blend it. Oh, it's a secret agent.
I'm thinking of just a horrible windstorm and in the middle of a frozen forest kind of thing. And there's just two Russian soldiers just going, Boris, I really hope there is not a bear around here. That would be very bad.
Very inconvenient, comrade.
Yes, Vlad, I agree.
I thought my name was Boris.
No, I was doing both the voices. There's one whose name's Boris and the one whose name's Vlad. Those are the most Russian names I can think of.
And then I'm doing the bear slowly running towards them.
But Boris, do you know what I hate more than just bears?
What is that?
Guns. And if they were combined into some sort of super bear gun wielding weapon. Oh, look! Oh, good. We killed the bear with our guns.
We got him with guns.
Oh, hold on. Let me look at the price tag on the bear. It says it cost a lot of fucking money for this when we could have just spent it on bombs. Weird. They left a receipt with the bear.
Oh, did you hear the bombs? These are going to be much more effective. I can't shoot the bombs.
I shot the bomb.
And scene.
In a very roundabout way, we explained why Jurassic Park 2 was bad. I'm glad. With
Jurassic World 2.
Oh, that one.
Jurassic Park 2 was
although
bad.
that was also kind of a thing in Jurassic World 2. I mean Jurassic Park 2, which was called The Lost World, which was also a bad movie. But it seems like this new one is just that movie again.
Oh.
So.
Oh, speaking of movies, I know you're not like that interested in. Well, you're interested in, but like you don't want to see them. Did the Han Solo movie come out? Because I thought people were talking about that.
It did. I have seen it. I saw it last week before we recorded the 13th episode of the podcast.
Oh, it came up that long ago. Okay.
Yeah, it's been out like a week.
Because I don't have a TV anymore, so I'm just like, if it doesn't show up on YouTube ads, I use AdBlock. Then I don't see it. Or Spotify. I can't AdBlock Spotify. Fuck. I gotta pay money for that.
See, I see stuff on Twitter, and like
I don't do Twitter.
I get joy because I know both you and Yaskovich don't really use Twitter that much, and there's an option in Twitter of where you can send a tweet to someone, like direct message, like who you follow on Twitter and everything, and I send you guys stuff all the time that you would like, and then like it's funny that you'd never see it.
Do you send us stuff?
Yeah.
I never check my Twitter.
Yeah, neither do I.
I'm going to start sending all of you tweets that I think you would either find funny or interesting, and then I'll see if you ever bother to open up the Twitter app.
How long have you been doing this for?
Yaskovich, I've been doing it for a while. I've just started doing it with you because
okay.
I forgot you had a Twitter.
I forgot you existed this entire time.
And then now that Liam said that, I'm going to start doing it to Liam too. So
what's our first question?
Oh, fuck. Hang on.
Because I forgot we had a formula.
Oh, we do.
Did.
Oh, Yaskovich just sent me I sent Yaskovich through Instagram my story of listening to the new Father John Misty album, and he just sent me, like a series of O's, which I think is good, because that album is good. So let's crack open the good old fucking 202 philosophical questions. That is what we've used every time so far. Let's see if we can get our first warm-up question. This might be interesting. If freedom is simply being able to do what you want, are animals freer than humans? I'm going to open this up to the floor of a Liam and a Zach.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think animals are freer than humans?
Well, yeah, as long as they're not taken over by humans.
We
not
talking
like in a
wild
zoo.
animals or pet animals?
Wild animals, like bears.
Okay.
Guns.
Excluding the bear we just gave a gun into Russia.
Because that bear is dead.
But he's also free as shit, and he can shoot whatever he wants as long as he knows how to use the gun.
I don't think that bear was free. That's probably the least free bear.
You're right.
Because
Now that
he
I
was
think about it-
he was taken by the military-industrial complex and just grinded down into a killing machine. And
Well, we don't know that. Maybe he was just a really shitty bear, and they gave him a gun and went, there we go.
Maybe it was just a bear that found a gun.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say okay. Hang on. Liam, are you suggesting to me with your real, like, human mouth that bear was not a plant from the military, but just a bear that found a gun and ran at some soldiers?
It is Russia.
But where did the receipt come from?
Oh yeah, there was a receipt.
Yes. So what?
See, the bear killed a American spy.
Oh, it did.
Yeah. So it was not
ate
discriminatory.
him.
Yeah. Except the receipt.
I don't know. Like we got two scenarios. One is a wild, like, free spirit bear, like, that kills an American spy and takes his gun and tries to kill some Russian soldiers and dies in the act. And then the other is we get top U.S. generals, like, meeting together and strategizing and spending years and possibly millions, if not billions, if not trillions of dollars on their new special weapons project.
I'm just
And
imagining it's a roll of duct tape and a gun.
Yeah,
with a bear.
exactly. They file this bear. They take an innocent bear and they file him down into a killing machine. And by file him down into a killing machine, I mean they fucking strap a gun with duct tape to a bear and set him loose. So I find that second one funnier.
But how free is that bear?
That bear
The
is
bear
not free. But
Oh,
his
so humans are
his
more-
bear brethren, however, are not governed by the laws of the
Man.
state, man, or God.
I think they're governed by the laws of,
Nature.
like, physics.
Laws of physics, yes. But, like, what about... does an animal have free will? Or does it just follow its instincts?
Well, isn't following your instincts free will?
I think free
Yeah.
will is more you're able to think about a choice you have and then make that choice. You're able to think of the different outcomes and then choose your own course of action. I don't think they really consider any of their choices, you know? I think they just kind of, like, do whatever. But is that freedom? I don't know.
I mean, if you put a dog between two of its owners because the owners were getting a divorce and they both went, "Hey, come here," the dog has a choice. Like, it's
What
going to
is-
go, "Oh, I like that person better." They
What
give
is-
some sick-ass belly rubs.
But is the dog conscious of that choice?
Pretty sure.
Like
Not aware of, like, everything, like, the stipulations of that choice, but going like, "Oh, I can choose to go that way or this way."
But does it even register it? Okay, hang on. My thing is, does it even register it as a choice? Because if you took it of where, like, the dog sees the two owners and everything, and it just decides to, it's just like, it doesn't register it as I'm choosing between the two. More like, I'm going to go here for some pets, and then maybe I'll go here afterwards for some pets. Either way, I'm getting some pets. Maybe some treats. Maybe some pats. Maybe some belly rubs.
Anything else?
No.
Oh, okay. But no, it's still a choice. It doesn't have to be aware of the choice. Like, whenever I go to the store, I'm not like, well, all right, I'll go to the store today, and then maybe I don't go to the store instead. I won't go, man, what was the stipulation? What were the consequences?
But
of
you
me?
still were just like, do I want to go to the store or not? And then you
Yeah.
make the choice of,
And the dog was like, do I want to go that way or not? And then it makes the choice of whether it wants to go that way or not.
I'm on Zach's side.
You do have a point. I mean, like,
Checkmate,
I mean,
atheist.
this isn't a competition, so
It's a competition.
it's a discussion among friends.
It's a competition, and you know it, you soy boy.
Soy cock.
You got me there. I am everything you describe me as.
Oh, jeez. I just noticed how many of my wires are tangled on Yaskovich's side for some reason.
They're gonna get you.
I don't want them to get
They're
me.
gonna get you.
Can they not get
They're
me?
gonna get you.
I don't want them to
Gonna
get
get you.
Oh, they got me.
They got you.
I'm dead now.
So before we move on to the next question, we have to definitively answer: animals freer than humans? Humans got laws. Humans got laws. Animals can just do whatever.
You can choose not to follow the laws.
Oh, fuck. Okay, hang on. Before we move on to the next question. Like, okay, so you choose to not follow the laws. You have that choice, but then you're like, you face consequences for that and everything.
If you get caught, yes.
Right.
And if
Therefore, you're not freer because the
And a
dog can do the same thing.
a dog
and
has laws. Quotations. It can't piss in the house. I mean, it can if it
bear.
doesn't get caught.
We're talking wild animal, like
Okay, wild animal.
a dog. We have imposed the laws
Yeah.
of man and God onto it. Like we've imposed like a very human kind of thing. Because humans, you're just like, don't piss in the house, and then like like a dog normally would not care. A dog would piss wherever it wants until we impose on it that it is not supposed to piss in the house. So humans by nature have more rules and society. Zach,
Yeah, they don't
we
have-
live in a society.
Yes, and animals do not.
Uh,
So I
So-
don't know what the thing is here.
it was a meme. It was a meme that I said.
What's a meme?
That is why you're not as free as an animal.
Because of memes?
So memes make us more free?
Memes make us less free.
Memes
Oh, they
memes
shackle us
entrap you, but they can also release you.
Well, I mean, a wild animal,
What?
a wild animal can't get on a plane and go anywhere in the world. I can. I mean, if I have a passport, but like like all that.
But you have
paperwork is
to you have to pay to get on that plane.
Well, yeah, but I could still do it.
Mm.
An animal can't. I
But
mean,
whatever-
You could try swimming.
Who-
You ain't gonna do
But
it.
would an animal want to do that?
I mean, I imagine if it was like, oh shit, there's like a lot more food and foliage over there. Well,
I mean, it's not gonna like say that and then look and then see the Pacific Ocean.
well, no, but if it had the knowledge of like knowing that like, oh, on the opposite side of the world that you can never get to, it's a lot better over there. They'll just go, oh well, fuck, I'm stuck on my little territory.
But that's the
But a
thing.
human will just go, fuck, that's a lot of money. I guess I'll, take a vacation day and go there for like a week.
But for a lot of people, they're in the same boat as that bear. Like they see that and they're like, I don't have that kind of money, and I'm probably never gonna have that kind
yeah,
of
but
money.
that's situational. I mean,
I mean,
I have that kind of money. I just don't have that kind of time.
I mean,
I don't want that kind of time.
I mean
I could quit. I could quit my jobs, and then I have that time.
if you talk about it like that, then everything's situational.
There you go.
What? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We're all free.
So anyway, let's move on to
Yeah,
the
next
next
question.
Okay, so it's the answer that we're all free?
Yeah, I'll say that. We're all half off, like 50%.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Did you not get the joke?
No,
Did you fart?
I farted.
Oh man.
Was it just a fart?
No.
Welcome to Friends by Default, where we're all friends here, even if one of us is.
Shits his pants.
What would your future self think
of your current self.
Think of your current self. What would they look back on?
Oof.
That's the next question.
Oof. What a loser. Am I right?
You're saying future you is going to be less of a loser?
Oh jeez,
Oh,
Zach.
no.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Zach, why did you do that?
I wanted to make a joke, but I feel like that hit Liam harder.
Oh, no.
Hey, 25's the peak. You're not at 25 yet, so you can peak.
Oh, no.
In what world is 25 the peak? Like, is it just for
Most.
Liam specifically?
No, most people. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, 25 was like, that's when I was peaked. And then that was like, everything else is downhill. Like, I'm pretty sure that's when everything becomes fully developed in your body.
Well, that's when development like
Yeah, it's the peak.
stops. But like most people accomplish stuff in like their 30s and 40s, and then after that, it's down.
But they're not in their physical prime. Like, their body is probably the best in their mid-20s. I'm going to say mid-20s.
I mean, I can tell you right now that is not true for me.
Bruce,
Who's calling you?
Caleb Metcalf.
Why?
I think he wants to hang out. Just gonna
It's just gonna not.
turn off the phone.
Just gonna not. Okay.
Caleb, if you're listening,
Oh, he listens.
sucks to suck.
He started listening at 100 Years. And he's like, yeah, I started looking for it on YouTube, but I couldn't find like the first 3 episodes on YouTube. So I was like, where do I start with Friends by Default now? I'm like, you don't have to. He's like, I'm going to. Where is it at? I'm like, just.
I mean, it's. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I forgot. The first like episode or 2 of Friends by Default isn't on the YouTube, I don't think.
Way to go.
Well, that's not my fault. That's like I didn't know about Libsyn's like automatic like uploading thing until like a little after. So are you saying that like a human? Okay, so for most people, they're gonna look back on their stuff and be like, "Man, my body was way better back then."
Yes.
So
Yes.
You can get that fuck better.
I'm sorry, you can get the what better?
You can get that fuck better.
Hold on, one more time. Just because I don't think I was hearing it. But could you say it one more time?
I'm not your monkey, Zach.
You were once.
I was once, but now I am not.
Okay. Are you sure?
And future me is gonna look back and be like, "I'm glad you weren't a monkey for Zach that one time."
okay, so let's look at it specifically in terms of like us, because the question is about us specifically.
Oh, okay.
So if we're each in let's go
Like 10 years in the future, or are we talking like 30 years in the future?
I was thinking like we're all like 80 or something.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
far future.
Yeah, let's do that. Hang on. Actually, let's do like a. Yeah, I think that'd be the most fun. Like if you were 80 and you lived a very full life, and you were thinking back on the specific time of right now of the late 2010s when like you were in your early 20s and everything. Like what would that person think?
I think future me would say something like I don't know what there is in the future, but like future me would probably say, I should have started doing that like around this time. Like if there's probably like a whole book serialization that is out there right now, but I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I'm not looking for anything like that. But later down the line, I'm going to go, oh, fuck, this is great. Why didn't I start reading this sooner? So, like, it's a lot of missed opportunity. Well, not missed opportunities, but, like, delayed opportunities. I guess wanting to be, like, the first on something. Like, you know, those Kickstarter backers that are like, oh, hey, they were the first 100 people who backed. Like, there's a lot of probably that, like, oh, dude, you should
So,
be first.
so are you looking at it specifically in terms of missed opportunities?
I think so. Like, because I guess people do look back and go, yeah, everything was pretty all right. I had a house. Now I'm living in a box, my hologram box, in the year 20.
Go on.
2101.
Just add 60 to this. Like
2078.
yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
I work at a bank.
Was that hard?
Yeah.
You work at a bank. Now you work at a hologram bank.
Actually, we might be losing the need for regular tellers at the banks, and that makes me very happy because all my job will have to be is servicing the machine at this point.
Nice.
And I'll be fine with that because that means I don't have to talk with people. Because when I went to a job interview recently, they're like, oh, wow, you're so friendly and charismatic. Do you want to be like the receptionist or like the main secretary? And I went, absolutely not. This is all facade. I just want to make a good first impression. And they're like, well, you're doing a very good job. I'm like, thank you. So can I get that desk job? And they're like, we need a person with 5 years experience. I'm like, shucks, I only have 1 year. And they're like, yeah, well, you could still be that receptionist. Well, do you want that job? I'm like, no.
Where is this job? This receptionist job? Because I'll take it.
It's at a medical center.
Which one?
I think you were there.
Oh,
Yeah. It wasn't that. It's on the same campus as that, but it's not that building.
Oh, it's like around like Towson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you were like, I think you were there.
Yeah.
I thought it was funnier if I said that.
I was like,
instead.
the eye doctor? Oh, no, wait.
Oh,
The cry doctor.
The cry doctor.
Damn it, that's a really good joke.
Almost as good as thought tamale.
I'm still very angry about that.
I'm now smelling Liam's fart.
Just now?
Yeah. Oh, it's because I think you like shifted your body.
You trapped it underneath of you until you just
Released it.
Yeah. Let's look at it more in terms of like character traits and everything. Like what aspects of you right now do you think are part of you right now that you think your future self might look back on differently? Let's say future Brooks is looking back and he's like, man, Brooks in his early 20s, like as in me in my early 20s, I was really like full of anxiety. Little did I know it would just keep getting worse. It would keep getting worse and worse and worse. And now I do not leave my VR sense deprivation tank anymore for fear of interacting with anybody. I'm sorry to interrupt this whole train of stuff, but do you guys want to know how bad my anxiety has gotten?
I mean, I feel like you're gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it. I got my debit card expired, so I got a new one in the mail.
Okay.
And when I got it in the mail, it said, it
Call
said
this number on
yeah,
the back
it said
to activate
it said I could either call this number or drive out to any PNC ATM and everything. And let me tell you, there was someone already at the ATM, and I waited in my car for them to leave so I wouldn't have to stand behind them. Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, my dad would just say, "Get over it. Do it now." I'm like, "All right."
Do it now.
Fortunately, my entire family was out of the house, so I could do it without judgment.
I mean, sometimes you have to have a lot of that harsh judgment and criticism. So you stop being a weenie.
I'll do that on art stuff, not on personal stuff.
But you got to force yourself out of comfort zones like all the time, because if you're
Like getting
constantly out of your comfort zone,
Like getting a receptionist job?
well, no. Yeah, you got me there. Can I get that receptionist job? I probably could still. Maybe. Yeah, I'll go get that receptionist job.
Liam, what would your future self think back on your current self?
I don't want to talk about
I want to imagine that future Liam is just like, man, I'm glad the worst part was over when I hit 25, and that's when I peaked. And I continued to peak every day. And then, you turn to the camera and say, now get out there, soldiers. Those bears aren't going to fight themselves.
Oh, yes, the Bear Wars.
The bear war happens in the next 60 years.
He died in the Bear Wars, so that's the furthest he could go.
He was the
in
first
future.
one on the front line to fight those bears. Liam
fought
was a
those
brave
bears.
soul. You actually died at 60 instead of 80 because those bears.
those bears. They found me in my home.
Yeah. They took revenge after all of your bear war crimes.
Could you imagine Watchmen being a completely different movie if the comedian did a bunch of bear-related war crimes instead of just regular people war crimes?
Oh man, maybe that's what the new show's about. Maybe that's
a new show?
Yeah. And it's not it's not a direct adaptation. It's maybe a sequel series. I don't know how that's gonna play, but I'm very intrigued because of all the bears and all the guns taped to those bears.
I hope it turns out well.
Dr. Manhattan takes his true enlightened form, and it's of a bear. Big old blue bear.
It all
With
makes
guns.
sense now.
With a
No, just one gun. But there's a gun duct taped to the other gun, so it's like double barrel, but
Not really.
yeah, you have to pull both triggers.
I'm imagining Watchmen, but all of the characters are We Bare Bears style, animated bears and everything. But it's still the horrifically violent story.
I love that. That's really good.
The
You should make that.
The Rorschach bear's just do it. Do it! And then he explodes.
I'm not stuck in
Spoilers
here
for Watchmen, by the way. Skip to this time code.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time for the ad. We'll be right back with that.
I can't wait to give my whole ad.
Now we're back. You were a little early, Zach.
I always get too excited.
So Zach, what's our ad today?
It's funny you should mention that because I was about to segue into it before you really interrupted me. Are you always getting too excited for things?
No.
Well, yeah, because you're a piece of shit. But unlike the rest of... Well, let me stand up. There we go. Hi, my name's John Malkovich. Not that one, the different one. I'm here to sell you my product about getting excited. What it is a couple pills. You put them behind your molars, crunch down real hard, and, well, you're excited. And then you sleep. Forever. But that's not all.
Are these cyanide capsules?
Sir?
You can't prove me wrong. Try these pills. If
Okay.
you don't feel energized after taking 2 of these whole pills, then I'll give you your money back free.
Okay, I'm gonna try these pills, but
For
then I have
us
some
processing and handling.
Then I have some serious questions for you right after. These are.
They're fine. Another satisfied customer. Liam, would you like to try any of these pills?
I'm pretty sure it's cyanide.
No, nonsense. Take these pills.
Oh, you take these pills. Crunch. And now I'm dead because it was cyanide the whole time.
I like how much you're dedicated to maintaining the fiction, Liam. It's admirable, really. It's really admirable.
I did.
I know you did. That's what I'm saying. I'm such a huge fan of it. That's what I'm saying.
Do you own a ship? Because you're very admirable right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it's with that kind of support that got Excite Pills this far in life.
Oh, we're still on this one?
Excite
Okay.
Pills, $9.99 every time.
How many pills do you get in each package of $9.99?
About a couple.
About a couple.
About a couple.
Excite Pills, about a couple.
And
that's our ad break.
what if you want to?
Ad break's over.
Oh, damn, he got me. All right. So if it sounds like that's our only sponsor this week.
I don't know. Do you guys have any other sponsors who sponsored us?
I mean, I don't have any sponsor. That would no one's contacted me.
Are you tired of not having a sponsor?
Oh, he's so good.
Then
Come down to us and we'll get you a sponsor right quick.
How quick can you get me a sponsor?
Right quick.
Okay, but I have an interview in
You got you a sponsor.
Who's my sponsor?
Dildos.
God damn it! That's
Come
from the
on,
last
man.
episode that
All
isn't
right.
even let out.
That's from the non-existent 13th episode.
You good there, Liam?
I'm sorry. I like to make myself laugh.
Would you like to try making other people laugh?
It was a good job, Bryce.
I'm sorry, Liam.
I
I'm
can
sorry.
try.
I'm sorry. You know I
smile
love
more.
you.
I'm smiling right now.
Is it a real smile?
No.
Everybody.
I think that's it for the ad.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Don't worry, I've got.
What do you have on the hypothetical table today, Zach?
Well, the best hypothetical is one that we all can.
Are we gonna still call them that, even though they're not really heists anymore?
They're heists of the mind. We've been over this.
Oh
They
man,
rob your imagination. Hold on, I gotta adjust the mic again. There we go. All right, Liam, don't you look at my notes. Okay, so this hypothetical, I need you guys each to choose one language. Any language at all.
Mandarin.
Okay, we got Mandarin. And Brooks, what's your...
Mandalorian.
I don't know what that is. Is that a Star Wars reference?
I don't know.
Mandalorian? Like Back to the Future, the DeLorean, but like a man is on it?
It's the language native to Mandalore.
All right, I'm going to put nerdy language.
Just be thankful I didn't say Klingon, which was my first thought.
Oh, sweetie.
Sweetie.
I don't even know if... Hang on. Do they even have the language? Or do they just speak basic? I have to look this up. Keep going. I'm going to look at Wikipedia.
The next thing what the fuck? The next thing I need from both of you guys is a type of binding. Like, like
Twine.
Okay, twine.
Tape.
Twine and tape. Okay. That's interesting. And now, a genre from each of you.
Genre of what?
Entertainment, movie, what else? I don't know. Like, what do you mean, what genre? Like, action, adventure, horror?
Action adventure.
Okay, Liam, thank you again for coming up with these new, exciting things that I never see you picking. Brooks, yours?
Gothic romance.
What kind of romance?
The Hannibal kind, where it's real gay. Because I just finished Hannibal season 3, and I'm in that kind of mood.
What mood is that? The gay mood?
Yes, the best mood there is.
Also,
I'd like to make an amendment. The language of Mandalore is Mandoa. It's Mando, and then an apostrophe, and then an A. So if you could change Mandalorian to that, because Mandalorian is the
I got that.
Mandalorian
Yeah,
is the race,
Okay.
whereas Mandoa is the language.
Yeah, no, I got it.
I think that might still be Legends stuff, but like it might have been canon. I don't know.
Super nerdy language. Bitch. Because you're just like, oh, it's not Mandalorian, it's Mandoa. It's clear that
It's Mandoa.
in the third episode of the 5th season, you can see that he really said Mandoa. This is an insight on George Lucas's part.
Look. I don't know if that episode of the Clone Wars specifically was one of the Mandalore arcs. I'd have to check. But if it is, then man, you really lucked out.
Man, Star Wars was a good book, wasn't it? But hey, you know what's a better book? This one you guys created. That's a gothic erotica action adventure. The fun little thing about your book, it's in all the bookstores across the world. Some like, you know, cafes that like have a little like side for like the best sellers that they have. Except your book, it's, you know, it's what's the title of this book, I should ask. That is an action adventure gothic romance erotica.
The Darkest Butthole.
Okay, well that's too close to South Park.
Yeah,
so
that's a South Park joke.
How was that a South Park joke?
The fractured butthole.
Oh, it's different because it's a dark butthole.
No, okay, let's.
And I'm not saying B-U-T.
Hang on, no, okay, all right.
Saying
let's take it back to the
anus.
drawing board. Let's take it back to the drawing board.
We're gonna scrap that. This is the meeting to decide the name of the book.
Yeah, we're like the editor and the writer and everything is like all like meeting together and like trying to decide.
Quick question: what did both of you contribute to this book that made it to the bestseller ever?
Well, I did a lot of the writing for it. I wrote out of the 57 chapters and prologue and epilogue. I wrote 56.
Who wrote the 57th?
Me.
Oh, what chapter was that?
The last one.
The very last. Oh, you're the one who made the ending that just had the very controversial yet so brave ending. Yeah.
Because I didn't read the first 56 chapters. So
you just improvised.
I was guessing. I read the back of the book.
It's strange because it actually wrapped up everything, solved all the mysteries, and gave such a well-rounded conclusion. And some say that the first 56 were just leading up to the 57th chapter.
Which is only 2 pages long.
That's... It's so
I did it.
Now, another thing about this book is that when you see it on all the shelves, no matter what shelf it's on, no matter how many copies there are, it is just a standard size book. I don't know like what the dimensions of a standard size book are.
It's like is it like a mass market paperback kind of dimensions?
Almost paperback. It's actually a new type of thing. It's a tape back. It's
good.
It's just regular Scotch tape holds it, and then there's some twine that's stabbed through like 3-hole punch style, and that keeps the whole thing binded together. Now, another very, very good choice about this book is that not only is it not in English, it's in Mandarin, but not just Mandarin. It speaks a language of love, which is Back to the Future Mandalorian. Oh, I'm sorry, Mandoan. The Shenandoah Caverns. Fuck. I dropped my pen. Now, what is the plot of this beautiful book?
I'm still trying to think of a name.
Well, the plot of the book, and you said it was a gothic.
We'll call it best book for now. We'll just
best book.
Yeah.
Okay.
The topic of best
book.
book.
It's a gothic erotica action adventure story and everything, and it's about. It starts off with just a regular dude named Craig.
Craig,
yeah. Craig is just...
How is Craig spelled?
Craig Everyman. Because he's just like every man.
See, we try to like, get some literary subtext in there to try to like some real like juicy like kind of themes
Right.
for people to dig into, and we sow the seeds of them like even in the characters' names. So Craig does give off the impression of an everyman.
But he's not like every man.
He's not like every man, is
He's
he?
also a vampire.
Oh, is that what? That's the only difference between him and every other man is that he's just a vampire.
But he
a
doesn't
vampire.
know he's a vampire.
And neither do the readers until chapter 36. So
Yes.
how did you get through the first 35 chapters without letting anybody know that he is the vampire, including himself?
They're all set at night because he has a night job.
He also doesn't get hungry.
Is that because he's a vampire, or is that just...
That's just so we don't have to show him doing someone in and drinking their blood.
So he's a vampire who doesn't have to drink blood.
Not yet. Not until chapter 30 something.
What 30 what?
I forget. 32.
It's hinted at in 32 and then revealed in 37.
There you go.
Okay. See, at first I thought you didn't know what you were talking about.
Me?
Yeah, I know. I shudder to imagine that thought I had a few moments ago.
You question the man who
the
wrote
myth, the legend.
who wrote the amazing last chapter that wrapped everything up and left no room for any kind of profitable sequel, Liam.
Now, Liam is your real name, but you have
The
a
vampirist anist.
No. So
the Vampirial.
the imperial
anus.
the vampirial anusid something, I don't know. Vampirial should be in there.
Vampirial anus.
Yeah. And so Craig is just going along, doing his night job, going to nightclubs, hanging out, his house.
Well, the book look like the way the book title is written. It looks like it's Vampirial Nuss, but it takes the A from the first letter of vampire, and then just going down, it just spells anus. But everybody who seems to read it, they just think, oh, it's Vampirial Nuss, huh?
They wonder like what the nuss means.
And then they get to chapter 43, and
Yes.
they go, oh, well,
because what happens is Craig meets a mysterious stranger one night. His name is Vladislav. And
Vladislav.
Vladislav.
Butt tickler.
I mean, he's
Really highbrow comedy all throughout this book.
I mean, to be honest, it's my fault. I did not mention their last names in the first 56 chapters, thus leaving the door wide open for Liam to come in with the 57th chapter and finally reveal their
sacred last name.
their Christian names.
It's only for the scholars 100 years from now reading it to be like, oh, his name is Everyman because he's like every man, and it's Vampirial Anus, not Vampirial Nuss, because it's got vampire sex.
So Craig
Oh.
So Craig meets this Vladislav, this mysterious stranger. He's a very Mads Mikkelsen type.
Oh, how strange. He's the Mads Mikkelsen type after you finish watching the 3rd season of Hannibal.
Yeah, it's almost as if let's not talk about it.
Oh,
so
okay.
anyway, they meet and Craig gets kind of swept up into this world of vampires and monsters, and he's being led on by Vladislav, he's just really good friends with. They're just really good buds. They're like best friends. Very quickly becoming that. And he thinks that's just it at first, and then come chapter 32, it hints at maybe something more with his vampireness. Let me tell you this scene.
There was a very good metaphor at the harbor where 2 ships.
Yes, yeah. There was okay. So let's tell you this. Let's tell you this scene at chapter 32. So we go to chapter 32, and it's just like Craig and Vladislav
Exterior.
stand. Well, that's a script. That's
Yeah,
not a okay. Exteriorly, they stand on the dock. A cool mist.
He's reading this from the book.
A cool mist surrounds them and hugs the water as they peer out into the bay of the city, and they see two ships approaching each other. And Craig turns to Vladislav and says,
"Let's do that."
And then Vladislav is just like,
Yeah.
"What?" And then Craig says,
take our little and put them together and do a little.
and Vladislav is just like, "I don't know what you mean."
I thought it was Craig who was the vampire.
Well,
They're both
Vladislav is like, from the start that Vladislav is a vampire, and it's revealed that Craig is the vampire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Vladislav was just a weird guy.
Yeah. Well, Vladislav, you find out in chapter 5 that he's a vampire.
Oh, okay.
And then Craig gets swept up into the world of vampires and monsters and such.
Oh my.
And Craig is like turning to Vladislav. He's like, "Man, like we've been on some crazy adventures these past 30 chapters. Like it's really something. Like we met that werewolf guy. We killed that Hydra.
And there was that lumberjack who saw everything, and we had to stop him.
We had to stop him. Like it was clear.
Luckily, that bear with the shotgun came by and took care of it for us.
Yes, it's and Craig's just like, "Wow, Vladislav, you're right. All these aspects of like folklore and stuff, from vampires to werewolves to bears with shotguns taped to them. Like it's all. I thought it was all fairy tales and nonsense, but you opened my eyes and showed me that it was a real thing." And then there's 4 more. Wait, hang on. There's 4 more chapters of sexual tension between the two of them, and then in chapter 37,
they have not moved locations.
They're still at the dock, and they've been there for a long time. And
It's basically Craig, right? What was his name? Clive.
Craig and
Clive.
Vladislav.
Craig being like, "Hey, you want to bang," but not saying it right up, and Vladislav's being like, "I don't know."
Because like they don't want to. They're kind of dancing around the fact that they're both gay, and they don't really know if the other one is gay. So they're trying.
They know once they admit it, then like
they're trying to.
fun's gone.
Well, they both know. They're just trying to like
Get the other one to say it first.
They don't know if the other one is. So they're putting out different feelers and different signs and everything to try to.
And then they put
figure
out the ultimate feeler.
when Vladislav takes Craig in his
Embrace.
embrace, his tight Mads Mikkelsen-esque embrace, and he looks at him and he's like, bleh. And
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. This is a PG interview. We cannot let the viewers get too invested.
Okay, yeah, I can't. We have to keep it PG. I can't detail all the ways that they're penetrated.
How much longer do we have until the show's done?
We can probably start to sign off in like 2 minutes.
What do you guys want to do for 2 minutes?
Well, we need to come up with. Oh wait, no, we have the title. Shit. Okay. So
Best book?
I thought it was Vampirial
Vampirial
Nuss.
Yeah, you're right.
So okay, okay.
So why did you market this book in America when it is specifically just in Mandarin?
I feel like America right now has very kind of puritanical views on Star Wars canon, and I felt like if we introduce a book featuring the Mandoa language, then I think it would really break some barriers and open up stuff. And also, Zach, when you randomly said season 3, episode 5, I wondered if that was one of the Mandalore episodes. And guess what? It is.
Oh.
It's one of the Mandalore episodes.
You got me.
You did it. Let's do it. Let's wrap it up. We got him. Let's pack it all up.
You can find us on SoundCloud. And
No,
only
you can't.
SoundCloud.
You can't. It's not SoundCloud
It's just
anymore.
SoundCloud forever.
No.
SoundCloud forever.
Please continue with the sign off.
I'm sorry for this episode. We had a better one, and then it's just. But this one, you know what? Fuck it. This one's really funny. I like this one a lot. I like the Vampirial stuff. I like the first questions. I thought Zach's ad was funny. I'm not gonna apologize. Fuck you. You specifically, listener.
Oh,
This was a good one. How dare you?
Not Chad Bosley.
Not Chad Bosley. Fuck Chad Bosley. What has he done for us?
Donated.
Oh shit. I'll just cut that. I'll probably remember to cut that. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I did like this episode. And I hope that you liked it too, listener.
Singular.
We're back. We're back. This is us back. We're off of the hiatus. We did it. We did it. There were some trials, there were some tribulations, but we did it. We're back, and we will now be getting back to our regular weekly upload schedule. It'll be great. If you enjoyed the show and you want to support us, the best way to do it is to go to iTunes, subscribe, so you never miss an episode. Leave a rating and review. That helps us out a ton. And if you think you know someone who might enjoy it, recommend the show. Like that's really the best way to do that. Like that's the way that the word gets around, because we have no real advertising of any kind, and the only way the show's going to grow is if you talk about it. And if you really enjoy it, then like that's the best way to support us. You can also support us by sending us questions, things to talk about, in fbdpod@gmail.com. That's the best way to get in contact with us. You can also go to the Twitter account @fbdpod, where we give regular updates. We have a tweet that goes out whenever an episode goes up, but also if an episode's going to get delayed or we go on a hiatus, like we sort of did this past month and everything, usually we give an explanation as to why on that Twitter account. You can also find us on YouTube, 100 Years Productions, where we upload every episode of Friends by Default. We put it automatically gets uploaded to the YouTube channel. You can go there. It also has older stuff that we did, different videos, backlog episodes of our old show and like some other stuff. And if you want, you can subscribe there, leave likes and comments and all that. And yeah. So that's another avenue of content. Me personally, Brooks, you can find me. I'm most active on Twitter. @SqueezyMcCheesy is my handle. I'm also active on Instagram and like all this other stuff. But like the best place to find me is on Twitter. Zach, where can people find you?
Find me @BraveSnuggles on Twitter, I guess. I don't check it, but I'm sure it'll give me a notification if somebody says something, right? Right. Probably.
I mean, it would have given you notifications for the stuff I sent you, so.
I didn't. Oh, God.
That's because you deleted the app.
I did. I'll get the app again. Well, once we start getting messages and junk.
Right.
Then you guys will give me Twitter. Then I'll have a reason to have Twitter.
And Liam, where can people find you?
On all the social medias, if you just search Slam the Liam.
Even Pinterest?
No.
What about Wham?
Is that one?
What about Slack?
Nope.
How about The Slap from Victorious? That was the social media on the show Victorious on Nicktoons.
It was called The Slap.
Yeah.
It was on Nicktoons.
Yep.
This was a cartoon.
Mm-hmm. That was the social media in the show Victorious.
Victorious was a live action show.
Yes.
But you said it was a cartoon.
No, he said it was on Nicktoons, which is the subsidiary channel of Nickelodeon, where they often show reruns and other specific programs on there, whereas they save the main Nickelodeon channel for their main broadcast.
Yeah, you stupid idiot.
You fucking imbecile.
But they only show cartoons.
You moron.
They don't.
They
That's
to.
for Cartoon Network.
Remember-
They show
Nicktoons.
Nicktoons on Nickelodeon.
Remember when Cartoon Network had that phase where they didn't want to do cartoons anymore?
Yeah, that was real bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I'm glad they stopped.
Yeah, now we have Steven Universe and stuff like that. So.
Heck yeah. All right, fuck you.
So anyway, that's it. That's it for this episode. We're back. We're back.
Now get out.
Bye. See ya.
They'll leave my home.